Hi, I'm going to show you what I do to care for our Saltfire stove. This has been out since last night, so I'm going to light it again this evening, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a clean and get it ready now. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is just clear some of the ash away from the door. It tends to fall out if you don't do this onto the hearth. And just give it a little sweep like that. You don't need to clear the ash from there unless it really builds up, because the wood fire burns best on a bed of ash. And I'm just gonna there we are, just clear the ash from around the door so there's going to be a good seal. Now I'm going to clean the glass. If you're burning the fire well, there shouldn't be a lot of soot deposit on the glass, but inevitably when it cools down and goes out in the evening, you do get a little bit on there. You just need a damp cloth. Don't use anything abrasive, just a piece of soft cloth. Get a bit of wood ash on it and just wipe it on the glass, and that will clear off all the deposits from yesterday's fire. If you can do this daily, it will prevent it building up over time and make it a lot easier to keep it nice. So there we are, a little bit more ash, some slightly stubborn stains there, I don't know where they've come from, but never mind. Oh, there we are. Okay. And then you just have to wipe that off. Wipe it off with a cleaner cloth. Once again, don't use anything abrasive. And then just dry it with a dry cloth. And that's ready. And I'm just going to get the fire ready, more or less, to light this evening. I'm going to put a couple of logs in the bottom, and then I'm going to build a little canopy with a couple of, no I'm not, I'm going to get some smaller logs than that, 2 small bits of wood, just build a little canopy on top. And then bung a couple of bits down the back there and one on the top, and that's ready for me to light it this evening. Okay, it's the fun bit now. We're going to light the fire. It's the evening. You need to check all the air vents are open, so this one should be pulled out, and you can forget doing anything with that one. That stays out the whole time. This vent needs to be across to the right, and once again, don't touch that one, leave it alone. This is the one that controls the primary intake. Needs to be across to the right to start the fire off. When the fire's going properly, as you'll see later, you can have it right across to the left. So everything's open now. Because I'm a cheapskate, I only use a little tiddly bit of firelighter. I like to see how small I can get it. So I'm going to tuck that into this little cubby hole that I made this morning. And I'm going to put a few little bits of twig in there with it. Once again, because I'm a cheapskate, I don't like to use too much. And it's surprising how little you can get away with, actually. I've seen people use half a tree and half a box of firelighters to light a fire, and I can't quite work out what they're doing. Anyway, so a few little bits and pieces, tuck them into the little cubby hole. You don't want to swamp the firelighter, you've got to get some air in there, but you also need a bit of stuff to get burning, to get the wood going. That one, just that one, I'll put that one in once I've lit it. Right. Light the firelighter if you can reach it. This is the tricky bit because it's a little bit difficult sometimes to get in there, but you, whoops, If you persist, you will get it. I haven't burnt my fingers yet. There we are, that's a light. Just going to stuff that one in. There we are, I don't think I need anything else. And then I'm not going to shut the door properly. I've just pushed it to, and I'm leaving it slightly ajar to get as much air in as possible. Be careful at this stage, things might fall out of the fire or spit onto the hearth, so you don't want to go off and leave this. You want to keep an eye on what's going on. I'm going to leave that now for 5 minutes or so, and I'll come back later and show you the next bit. Okay, it's been burning a little over 5 minutes now. I haven't done anything to it. I'm keeping an eye on the gauge on the thermometer, which is starting to creep around. Ideally, you're aiming to get it up at the top here. It says that on the thermometer. Ideally, the thermometer would be up here, but we haven't got a magnetic flue, so I've got to have it down there. So it's probably a bit hotter down there than it is higher up. So anyway, that's irrelevant. Just keep your eye on that. I'm going to shut the door now. It's burning nice and fiercely. Close the door, air vent's still open. I'm going to leave that for another 5 or 10 minutes, keeping an eye all the time on the thermometer. Okay, it's been another 5 minutes or so. Fire's burning quite fiercely, temperature is climbing rapidly, so I'm going to close the air intake to about halfway, maybe a bit less. In about 5 minutes time, the aim will be to get it closed down completely. You don't want to close it down too soon because the fire might die. So just keep an eye. If you've closed it down too soon, just open it up again and give it another boost. Keep an eye as well, if you've got the big bit of wood balanced on the top, it could fall off against the door, in which case you're going to have to get the tongs and get it back in there, but hopefully it'll be okay.
As you can see, the temperature is now up in the range. However, Wendy's indisposed. She's got the cat on her at the moment. That's Nelly, by the way. So I'm going to turn it down. I've got this onerous responsibility of turning the fire down. There we go. There we go. That's all done. That's roaring away. That's all set, ready to go for a lovely evening in front of the telly, in front of the fire.